Okay, I think it's going through now.
Okay. Okay, that
Um,
means it has gone through.
Carla, is there a background noise at your end?
My generator is on.
Apart from that, it seems like someone is talking or something.
Okay, I should be my window. Let me see if I can get that on that side. Okay. Better. Is this better?
Yeah, much
You're still
better.
hearing it? Okay, it's much better. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. So let me share the link to everybody.
It's not working.
It's not working.
No, not you, not you. Sorry.
Okay, we're currently live. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me share the link. It's not working.
No, not you, not you. Sorry.
There's no doubt. Okay, let me share it. So someone is here. Okay, we're currently live. Okay, so let me share the link.
You have to close your YouTube on your phone.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that. I just wanted to share the
It will
link.
be echoing.
Okay, I've done it already.
It's not coming.
So I'm sharing to everyone. Okay, so just put share it on Twitter so everybody can know. Okay. Okay, are you on the YouTube channel? Can you see how many people have joined?
Um, I am not. I am not.
Okay, let me just go there on my PC so I can know.
But nonetheless, we can always
We can always start.
yeah.
Okay.
So we are live on YouTube now. Should I start the recording now? Are you ready?
Yes. Yes, you can start the recording. I'm ready. So watching.
Sorry. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. So we are
Okay.
live and
Cool.
recording right now.
All right. Great. Okay. So
Can you
Ahmed.
check how many people have joined? I want to, maybe some people should join before we start.
Okay.
Let's check how many people have joined.
See.
Okay, some people are watching right now, so we are just going to start, and we can
Okay.
always post the video on YouTube for
Yeah,
those that.
definitely. The thing is, immediately after this, we're posting the video on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yes. So
Okay.
we'll just put it on YouTube. All right.
Okay. Okay. Hello, guys. Welcome to Clip Monthly AMA review. Right. So today we are going to be talking about everything that we have been doing on Clip. My name is Amek, and today I have Carla with me. She's the founder of Qlip, and she's going to be telling us every single thing that has been happening around Qlip since the beginning of this year. Welcome to this
Okay.
AMA, Carla.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
Okay.
awesome.
So before we start, just to give a brief review of how Clip started, basically.
Yeah.
So I think Amek, I think you were about the, was it the fourth person I told about Clip? So on the team,
Yeah.
we're about 9 persons, and I kind of started research on NFTs, 2020 Q4 2020, right? And that entailed me using various platforms. Also entailed me creating some NFTs, studying art. You know, I'm an artist. I'm a music artist, right? But I'm a music artist as per music, right? I had not gotten into the aspect of creating visual arts and and all
Awesome.
that stuff. So we just basically started, and we were doing the research, and I was finding out lots of the platforms that were existing were mostly European centric or American centric.
None was African centric, basically.
Exactly. You really don't find any that is tailored to Africans. And then when you find the arts there, they're mostly American centric, right? I've spoken to some NFT artists, not NFT artists actually, real life artists, real life African artists,
Okay.
um, visual artists, painters, hyper realist and all. And they really
Does that
haven't
include
brought
musicians
their,
as well?
yes, musicians also, right? Because
Okay.
when you look at NFTs, it's basically data. Okay, so it is music, as far as that data can be seen or heard or something, it can be represented on the blockchain. Okay, so whatever kind of art that you create, anybody can actually be an NFT artist. But there was a problem that I could see. Number one is the issue of utility, right? So sometimes people will just, you go on that period, you go on Variable and you just see lots of NFTs, people flooding the market, and there weren't really any proper use case to
Uh,
them. So
Basically, I think the African market is not really focused on NFTs particularly, apart from artists it's themselves.
yes, true. But there is a lot of art, and I'm not just looking at music arts or I'm looking at fashion. I'm looking at visual arts. There, people come from uh, different parts of the world to go to places like Kenya, to come to Nigeria, and they're like, "Oh, this is so beautiful. You guys have a lot of art and stuff," and they want to actually buy, our art and take back. Okay, so what if the art that we have in Africa can be digitally represented on the blockchain, and anyone from any part of the world can own a piece of it?
Of
That
the
was that's what I was thinking, right? And I also looked at the aspect of the music area, right? We have a lot of mainstream artists in Nigeria, yeah, in Africa also. Lots of good mainstream artists, both in music, in movies, right? We have actors, we have literary giants, the likes of Wole Soyinka, the likes of Chimamanda Adichie, right? We've got a lot of artists, right? We've got really good photographers. These are people who create art in their various spaces, in various arts
And they could
industry
make some
spaces.
impact.
Exactly. So I'm looking at a platform where you know that you are going to this platform and you're going to find African centric art. And in my research, I met some collectors. I met some NFT collectors. I had some. I think Chijams was in one of the meetings with one that I had. Um, the inception, the meeting where we're talking about Qlip and trying to start, Chijams and one other guy. He's an NFT collector, and he was telling me that he's been looking for African art, right? But on these various spaces, wearable, known origin, these kind of like intermediaries between the main artist and the collectors, you don't find so much of African art, right? So people who actually want to own a piece of African art, and they want to also be able to do that without having to travel to get the experience. Fine, the people who can travel to get experience, but if we can digitally represent our art on the blockchain, so
It makes it
anyone
easier.
can, it makes it easier for everyone to do
Smarter,
that.
smarter as well.
Yeah. So for the aspect of mainstream artists, now imagine someone like Davido or Wizkid or Burna Boy. We have
Yeah.
their NFTs on Click, and owning their NFTs gives you utility, off-chain real life utility. So let's say you own Davido is about to drop his album. I think one of his recent. I think I saw that in a post. Right now, imagine um, we have packs of that his album dropped. Okay, on Clip. And
Okay.
let's say those packs give the users, the people who are holding those NFTs, it gives them access to his VIP concerts, right? Gives them access to his listening party, or gives them access to his merchandise. So the probably he has a brand, a clothing brand or something. So people who
Uh,
own his NFTs can actually get probably one of his merchandise, or can get
but
tickets to his VIP access or something. You want to say something?
basically, in my own opinion, just like what happens in the case of CHZ chills, right? So we
Mhm.
have football fan tokens, right? So and people hold these fan tokens basically because they are fans of different football teams. So I think in my own opinion that apart
Yes.
from the utility aspect of it, holding a Davido NFT as a Davido fan would be a really big deal. Carla, can you hear me?
True. That's very good. Another thing is this. So let me look at, okay, artists. Okay, let's take for example Two Face. Okay, so Two Face is like a legend in Africa. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Um,
Now Two Face started. I think I grew up listening to him. I really love that song.
Carla,
But
yeah,
before then,
breaking
he
up
had
a bit.
points. He was still. Can you hear me? I am.
Yeah, but yeah, breaking up a bit. Yeah, you are. Let me see. I
Can
don't
you
know
hear
why.
me now?
Yeah, I can. I can. Yeah, I think it's back to normal
Okay.
now.
So where did you stop at?
The aspect of having fun NFTs, right? Yeah,
Okay.
Davido,
Okay.
for
Cool.
example, you have an NFT of Davido, and basically, you are just a fan, and the joy of having those NFTs, aside the main utilities, actually a big deal as
Utility.
well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, then I was talking about, imagine someone like Two Face. Two Face now is a legend in Africa, right? In music. Wale Soyinka also is a legend in music. Chimamanda is, sorry, not music, in literary. Chimamanda too. Now let's look at, say, we have emerging artists that are coming up. Now I think one of the earliest Two Face song I can remember after from Plantation Boys was is this neighbor, never give a damn. Something. I got my conscious life aside. Now
Anyways,
that period, Two Face was still coming up. Okay,
yeah.
imagine he had an NFT around that period. Okay, what will be the worth of the NFT now?
You have a lot of value right now.
Exactly. Now, this what Clip is also trying to do is give emerging artists an opportunity to tokenize themselves.
Okay.
And the best way to just do it is by being an NFT, like tokenizing your character, right? It makes more sense to tokenize yourself as an NFT than as a token because the NFT actually helps the arts aspect function. Do you understand? Now,
Yeah.
imagine new emerging artists now. Who can I think of? This guy that sang is in, I think he's in this
Omale.
is in penthouse no, no, not really here on my late too. This guy that sang Abi on my way, Abi zoom zoom zoom, something zoom
Check.
zoom zoom.
That's check.
Check, check is check is check is something. I mean,
I
he's a
love
music
that song.
artist. You can look at the guy and know that he's going far. Do you understand? Imagine check has his NFT on Clip, and in 3 years he wins the Grammy as one of Africa's top
So
artists.
those NFTs will basically appreciate in value,
Exactly.
just as
So
check also appreciated in value.
exactly. So we're just giving African artists in whatever industry, we're giving them the opportunity to tokenize themselves. And that's like just basically selling yourself as a brand. I said before that just as it's only a matter of months, right? Just as music artists, right, they have distribution strategy, they have branding strategy. Every music artist, top, mainstream, or individual artist, is going to need an NFT strategy.
Yeah,
And
the music
Clip
industry itself
is just yeah, exactly. And Clip is
the
just
music
rightly positioned.
industry in crypto in general, it's still very, very much untapped right now. Like
Very well.
apart, like let's set aside the African factor. Let's put
True.
aside Africa for a moment. I mean, it
True.
still looks very, very unpopulated when it comes to project building as regards music and NFTs particularly.
Okay. Sure. So and also apart from that being untapped, Africa in Africa too, it is widely untapped because you don't find how many NFT and platforms exist to serve the African continent. None. You don't find. That's why one of the reasons why I'm so excited about Clip. Honestly. Okay, so I think we could
Uh,
go
uh,
to the
Carla.
monthly review. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was a hell of an introduction. So, basically on monthly review, what are the things you have been working on since the beginning of this year? What are the things you are putting in place? And I have one question for you after you answer that anyway. So when you are through.
Okay. Okay. No problem. So I think I'll just go to our roadmap. Let me use our roadmap to answer that. Um,
Okay, awesome.
clip roadmap to answer that, so we can see what we've been doing.
Um,
Okay. So I'll just quickly share my screen here.
yeah,
All right. Share screen. Okay. So done doing that now. All right. So can you see my screen?
yeah, I can see it. It's
Okay, cool. So this is the Clip roadmap. So during this period, Q4 2020 to Q1 2021, we had research. That's the first part of research was just me. Okay, was just me
okay.
finding out a lot of stuff, and then I think in the beginning of this year, January, I did a Twitter thread, not like a Twitter thread, a Twitter challenge, right? It's called 30 days of NFT. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah,
Let
I
me
can.
check for this challenge. Okay, 30 days of NFT. 30 days of NFT. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, this on persons that were on with me on this challenge. I'll show you my link very soon. So these guys, I just started a thread. I've been doing research from September, I think August, September 2020
Okay. Okay.
into December. So September, October, November. That was 4 months of research. That's me using various NFT platforms, right? So
Seeing
in
what they have to
January,
offer.
yes, and just trying to understand the NFT industry. So in January, I decided to have this 30 days of NFT challenge. Right now, this is me. This is my link here, CryptoCara. Now I did
Cryptocurrency,
that
yeah.
and got some. Yes, that's me. So I did that and I got some persons to. Let me go back to the 30 days of NFT challenge. I did that and I got some persons to join me on the challenge. You know, I would ask questions and tell them, okay, give us your NFT story. How did you start? Right? So there's Eula, there's this guys. These guys are all NFT artists. Gmoney.earth. This is one of the top NFT artists. Then this guy also,
Yeah,
there was
looks very familiar.
yeah. So I just spoke to them and let them know, okay, so what's up? What's been happening? Pixels also joined in on the challenge, right? So I was just interacting with them and letting them know that they could share their NFT experiences, how they started, tips for new artists and all basically. And so we got some sort of traction, right? And it was in this 30 days of NFT challenge I was doing that I got to meet this guy, Naftali. I think, yep, PhD. Right. Okay. His name is Naftali One. That is okay. This is not my. This is Crypto Smart account. When I log into that one, you would actually see it. Okay, so it was in this whole thing that I got to meet Naftali, and he was one of the first persons I saw that was creating an NFT community for Africans, right? Naftali, his real name is Caleb, and he's part of the Qlip team.
I know
So,
Caleb.
okay, yeah, he's part of the Qlip team. So during that period, Q1 2021, that's January, the 30 days of NFT took the whole of January, right? So by February and March, we were doing this idea hatch and team consolidation. That was the period I spoke with Chijams. That was the period I spoke with Caleb. That was the period I spoke with Gyan, right? Gyan from India. She's our back end. That was the period also I spoke with Jude. This and I spoke with you also. It was during this period that we did
Yeah.
all of this. And I said, okay, fine, let's start an NFT platform. I wrote the white paper and presented. And at this point, our team was formed, right? And everybody was, ready to work. So at this point, we didn't really have any funds. All that we did, I remember us, one of the things that we did was actually getting raising funds to
An in-house funding.
yes, and in-house funding for all the activities that we need to do, right? And it was really beautiful getting people from different parts of the world and different areas, even in the community, pull funds together to start up something really big. And that's one thing I'm really grateful for, that we successfully had team consolidation and it was perfect. So this is Q2 2020, right? And this is where we are at. Okay, the thing that we are trying to be right now first is our private sale. We need to meet a soft cap of $50,000 for our private sale, for Qlip private sale. So this is where we are. IDO and token sales. Now, after our private sale, then we can do an IDO. Now, we kind of also moved up a little bit. Things are supposed to go up like this. But right now, even while we are doing our IDO and private sales, we have already started Clippy.io beta. Okay, so these are the features that will be on Clippy.io beta.
Working
Marketplace, main
on the
store.
product itself.
Yes, we already started working on the product itself. And we already started reaching out to various record labels in Nigeria, because music is very big in Africa. Music is big in Nigeria, right? So once we get our products ready, we get some of the music labels to being on our platform. It will just kick off from there. So our private sales are still on, basically, right? So when you come, okay, I'll show you how to do our private sales later on. So this is where we are at. Once we can finish our private sales and IGO staking, then we can do liquidity staking, provide and go through it every other aspect. that's on this list. So this is where we are at the moment. And one of the things I'm really, really excited about is our beta version. I'm really excited about our product because of the opportunities that it presents, right? So this is where we are at the moment.
It's basically the main project itself.
Yes.
Um,
Okay, so I think I talked about, yes, Qlip.io beta. So I could show you can I go ahead and do that to show
yeah,
the
you
main
can,
store
you can,
features? Okay,
you can.
so let's just come here.
This looks nice.
Okay, let me go back a little. All right, so this is the design. We already have our smart contracts ready, and the design is ready. So what we're doing is trying to do the. I'm not so much of a tech person, but we have a tech team, right? Gian is the head of the tech team. One of our team members is a design person, a product designer. That's Jude's, and this is his work, right? So what we're doing right now is to try to integrate, I think, front end, something that users can do. So it has to do with back end thing and front end thing and putting it together, and so that people can begin to use. But
Becomes
basically, this is how it will look like, right? This is the main store. Now remember that it's going to have three features: main store, exhibit, Qlip exhibits, and then the marketplace. So this is just for main store. We're still designing one for exhibit and the marketplace, right? So you can mint a single collectible. Did I just say single collectible? A single piece of your art, or also create multiple. So whichever one you click, it's the same feature you find, right? So you click on create single, and then it brings you here where you can upload your file in any format, right? You can upload your MP3 file, your JPEG, GIF, PNG, but whatever you're uploading has to have a visual representation. That's one of the reasons why we have something on Qlip platform called NFT collab. That's, say I'm a music artist, right? And but I don't do designs, okay? But I want to have a digital representation of my music. I don't want it to just be MP3. I want some visual presentation with it. So I can actually go to the marketplace and look for NFT collaborations. I can look for artists who create visual designs and collab with them on the blockchain.
join it
So I'm
together.
like, exactly. So maybe if I already see something that they like, that they have, I can actually add that piece on my MP3 and have it on the blockchain. Now the same thing, than have it on Qlip, right? The same thing happens for people who create visual NFTs, but there's no MP3 to it. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who sees a very beautiful NFT, but there's no audio. Maybe because I'm a
I,
music artist, but I don't like it,
it's it,
and
it's going to feel boring, kind of.
yeah, it feels boring, right? So what we've done on Qlip is that while you are, if you go to browse the files and your NFT, your art doesn't have an MP3, we already have on Qlip, we already have some music producers that we're going to sign um, a collaboration with, so that we can have their audio. We're going to have Afro, because this is going to be mainly African centric. So we're going to have Afro sounds on our platform, and so the users can just click and scroll through any of the audio they want and add it to their art. You get, so it kind of makes the experience cool. Okay, so you could browse your files and upload them in any format, and then here you can have the item name, and then the description. Now, there's something also that we're going to have where people will be able to, let's say, as a real life artist, you can have a digital representation of your life portrait on Qlip platform, and whoever buys that NFT would have access to the main work. So it's like an order in NFT thing, such that, let's say I'm a sculptor, I make sculptures, right? Or
Yeah.
I create paintings, so I can have a digital presentation of that thing on Qlip, and
On
then
Qlip, yeah.
whoever buys, yes, whoever buys the NFT can have the option of having that artwork delivered to them, or having me create the artwork for them
For
in
them.
their environment. So
Interesting.
looking at this now, it looks quite small, but when you look at it in retrospect, see retrospect or forward, like in foresight, what am I
Yeah.
saying? But when
Yeah.
you look at it in future terms, okay, when you look at it in future terms, this is something that would really solve the issues of logistics for art companies, for art deliverables stuff. So it can also work for t-shirts, can work for fashion products, for jewelry products. There's a lot of use case to this aspect. Okay, so this is where you have the description. You can have that there also. Then we have the price, and then there's a drop down here because Qlip is not going to be the only token for buying NFTs on Qlip platform. You can also buy NFTs on Qlip platform with BNB, with USDT, majorly tokens on the Binance on Binance blockchain, because users are going to use
Why
Binance.
why did you decide to make a list of coins available to buy
Okay,
Qlip?
because of user experience. We don't want it such that if you don't have Qlip, you can't buy an NFT on the platform. We
Okay.
want to make it as easy as possible so that anybody
For anybody,
who,
right?
yes, so anybody can be able to buy. As far as the tokens you have are like popular tokens on the Binance Smart Chain,
Binance Smart
right?
Chain.
You can, yes. So if you have USDT or
Okay.
BUSD, you can buy. So we want to make it as easy as possible for everybody. Okay, so that's
Okay.
for price. Okay, then royalties, size, properties of the NFT. Then you can choose to put it on sale instantly, to list it on the marketplace, or just leave it for a while in case you want to go back and search and maybe change the price or something, right? So instant sale. Then if there's anything you want to be unlocked once it's purchased, fine. Maybe it's your music, and whoever buys the NFT would have the access to the link to go download the song. Fine, you can actually do that. It's cool.
Awesome.
Then you can add it to a collection, right? If it is single, you can have it there single. The idea of this is that artists have various collections for their works. Okay, so let's say you're minting your collection in phases, right? So let's say it's a Qlip collection, and then the first one you minted it maybe today and you add it to that Qlip collection. Then the second one, probably you meet the second one next week. You can choose to add it to that collection or create a new collection for it. Do you get?
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
also there's something we're going to add for categories. We're going to add it later on. So people can choose whether their NFT is music, whether it is visual, whether it is meme, because we actually want people to have fun on Clip. Okay, so there are
So
memes that
there
can
will
be
be meme
created.
based NFTs on Qlip
Yes,
as well.
yes,
Okay.
on Clip, and that's one good thing I looked at. See what happened with Champions League, right? A lot of football fans are really admirable, right? Their joy and enthusiasm is really cool. So we could actually give um, football fans an a space on Clip to have fun, right? So a lot of people said, "Oh, Man U will win." Sorry, Chelsea will win. Some others said,
Man
"Who did they
City.
play again?" Man City. Yeah.
Man
Some
City.
said Man City will win. Some said, "Oh, Chelsea will win." But if, let's say, prior to that time, some persons had created memes, for as per
It
like
would make it
Chelsea
more
winning the cup.
interactive and fun.
Yeah, it makes it more interactive. So if you feel Chelsea is going to win, right? All right, let's have a Chelsea kind of NFT. Make it as cheap as possible for everyone to buy. Okay, maybe 0.1 BNB, or maybe 10 Qlip or so. So people just buy it to show their support, to say, yes, I
Yeah.
believe
So
Chelsea is going to win
but
this
but
match,
but when
and
Chelsea
stuff.
does win, does that mean the price of NFTs that are branded as Chelsea NFTs or something like, or
No, it
maybe
depends. It depends on the
the meme
artist.
that
It depends on
supports?
the artist.
Okay, okay, okay.
It depends on the artist. It doesn't really need to come from Clip. I'm looking at meme creators, right? Give them a platform where, and it doesn't have to be one person. A lot of persons we can just actually even create some sort um of metadata thing that has to do with probably Chelsea, or maybe like an hashtag. So users can now see how many Chelsea will win tokens, NFTs were being
Uh,
bought on Qlip. So now show that, okay, a lot of people are really anticipating that Chelsea is going to win this Champions League.
awesome.
And then when it actually happens, so you can do giveaways with them and have fun and all that. I'm just looking at something that can give community, bring life into various aspects of fan loyalty for various industry. Do you get? This is something also that can work on other industries apart from just from
Cool.
sports. You,
Cool.
you get the
So
drift?
basically, Clip is, yeah, I do get you. Clip is building the platform, and the users can now decide exactly what part of the
Yes,
platform they want to use. If you're a meme creator,
exactly.
you can go for memes. If you're an artist, you go for the artist section, and
Yes,
so on and so forth. Yeah,
yes.
that
So this
that
is just
that's
the
that's
mint
awesome.
function. Yeah, and here we have the preview area. You can actually preview. Then there's an AR thing where I think it kind of adds some motion to your NFT, so you can
NFTs, right?
see. So we're adding, yeah, we're adding that also here.
Okay.
Anyways, the back the back
Uh,
end we'll have to figure out how it will
that's
work,
awesome.
but it's really cool.
So,
Yeah. So
can you tell us
that's it
about?
basically.
Okay, so can you tell us about the Clip token? Maybe just some few words about it, some basics we need to know.
Okay. Okay. So let's go to crypto economics. Okay. Right. All right. So our total supply is 10 million. That's for Qlip tokens, right? And
Okay,
then for private sale here, we're selling 5% of the tokens at zero, that 500,000 Qlip tokens at $0.1 each. This is really, really cheap. Or I'm going to talk about the use case for Qlip tokens very soon. Then public sale 15%. So 15%, that's 1.5 million Qlip tokens will be sold at $0.5. Okay. Now team tokens is 10%, and team tokens are locked for 2 years, right? That shows how long we are in with Qlip. It's not a small project. It's not those projects where the team come in and then 6 months later they're tired and you're wondering what's happening
and
here.
gets out
You
again.
get,
Yeah.
and then yeah, they now get out in a year. So team tokens are locked for 2 years, and we're really working hard to make sure that everything we've visioned about Qlip comes to pass. Okay. Then 25% will be mined through staking. Now, here is one aspect. Okay, before I
Um.
explain that,
o-
airdrops.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay. I wanted to ask that. Basically, you say it's going to be mined. Is it liquidity mining or staking or the
yes,
regular staking, or it has different
it's
aspects?
actually both. Now, this is an example. Um, one of the one of our business model for artists and record label companies is, if we're going to have collectibles made of you as an artist, you have
Okay.
to buy you have to allocate a certain amount in dollars to buy Qlip tokens over time to stake them. Now you're going to stake them on our partners platform. So we're looking at partnering with either maybe PancakeSwap or BoostDefi, or maybe any of these new liquidity platforms that are coming up before we build our own, because we'll actually build our own. When you look at here, Q24 2021 to Q2 2022, we're going to have this DeFi
That's
integration. Okay.
towards the end of the year.
Yes, towards the end of the year. So we're going to have this. So people are going to be able to stake Qlip tokens on our platform, right? So this 25%, some of the collectibles that Qlip will have, people will be able to stake them to earn Qlip tokens. Do you
Okay.
understand that?
Yeah.
That's what we mean here by mine via staking. So
So
whether it's
basically, you
liquidity
could use
staking,
NFTs to mine Clip.
Qlip tokens, yes, exactly.
Okay.
That would work. Okay, then 10% for airdrops, which we've allocated. We've done our first airdrop, which took 10% off this 10%. So over time, it's not like this 10% is going to be dropped at once. No, but over time, would have airdrops, to reward our community, to reward our users and all. Then 10% for marketing, and then this 25% for treasury is all safekeeping for maybe when we want to list on a centralized exchange, because we're going to list on decentralized exchanges first, and it's going to take a while before we actually list on centralized exchanges, right? So that's what this treasury is for, and then probably for safekeeping for anything that could happen
Probably
in the future.
future project development.
Yes, future
Some
project
project
development. So
titles.
for example, this DeFi integration that we're going to build later on, right, would be from here. That is if we don't that is if we've looked at the whole thing, looked at and said, okay, this platform is what building, and it's going to take so number of time to complete. It's a long-term project, right? So we can have that from here. So treasury is basically for listing on market and for product development. Okay, and then also we're going to have Qlip is massive, so I can't really exhaust
Yeah,
everything
there are a lot of
right
things
now.
to say actually.
There are a lot of things to it. So that's basically what treasury is for the Qlip token. Okay, so since we're talking about the token, this is how to buy the private sale. Okay, now you can see that there's a button here for private sale, right? This is for the countdown, but to actually buy the Qlip tokens, all you need to do is click this button, buy Qlip tokens. That's all. So you need to connect Qlip.io to your wallet, and then click on buy Qlip tokens. When you click on it, the minimum is 0. So when you click on buy, it will prompt you to connect to your MetaMask, which you would have to do. So you connect, you have the BNB, and then you connect, you have your BNB, and you approve the transaction. That's all. That's all. That's how to buy Qlip tokens. It's that simple. You just click
Awesome.
buy Qlip tokens, 2 BNB. That's max is 2 BNB. Min is 0.5. So let's try 0.25 BNB. Click on buy. It will tell you to connect your MetaMask, and the MetaMask will be prompted. I think mine is already prompted. I stopped it.
Yeah, you have to approve the
Yeah.
request.
So
Yeah.
that's all you need to do. So I need to log in, put in my password, log in, and approve the transaction. That's all. And then Qlip tokens are locked for private sale tokens are locked for 6 months. Okay, so after buying the private sale, if you also IDO tokens are released immediately. After buying the private sale, which is for you can also buy the public sale, get into the public sale, the one that will do it with IDO. We might also have our own public sale on our website. Depends
Yeah.
on the kind of deal we sign with the
So,
IDO
but
platform.
you are planning an IDO as well, right?
Yes, we are definitely. But we need to finish private sale first before we get into the public sale. But
Public sector.
regardless, we are building.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So regardless of that, we're building better.
Yeah, that's awesome. So,
Okay.
what can you say about the Clip volunteer program?
Okay, right. So we had a lot of support, especially from the CS family, that's
Yeah.
crypto space family, um, crypto syndicate family. It
Yeah.
was really amazing that we asked, oh, if anybody is interested in Qlip. Right now we can't really have an ambassador program right now. The reason is because we're not done with IDO and token sales. Because when we
Yes.
do this and we provide liquidity, then the token can actually be traded. It will not be cool to have an ambassador program and have ambassadors work, and then tokens are not available to pay them. As per, you can send them the tokens, but they can't trade it. It won't be fair. So we want to have this first. Then we now have our ambassador program. Okay. So at the moment, we ask for volunteers who would like to spread the word on Qlip tokens, and we got a lot of response, and it's just massive. It just tells you the kind of support that you get from
That you could get. Yeah.
from community, and I'm really really grateful for that also. And also because of you, Amek, Amek,
Yeah.
you're the founder of Crypto Syndicate. So
Yeah.
it kind of really helps the whole process. Thank you. This is me saying thank you on an
Yeah.
open
Thank you for
platform
also having
for
me
that.
on the Clip team. It's been
Thanks a
an
lot.
amazing journey so far. Right. So,
Yeah.
and the community of every certain project is very, very important, because I have actually seen some crypto projects that were built out of just community support, right?
Okay.
Basically nothing else than community support, and those coins really, really went to, you know,
Sure.
like really went
Okay.
mainstream and all that. So the fact that the community is making an impact and willing to volunteer and be part of something great is, it's awesome.
Yep. Okay. True.
Uh,
Okay. Thank you. So,
so
any
ba-
questions?
ba- basically, this might be my last question. So, what are some next steps you are willing to take, or some next steps you are looking? I don't know. Yeah. The
Yeah.
next things for you to do right now. What are those things?
Okay. So, I think was it yesterday or this morning we had an all-night shoot
Yeah.
where we were shooting the presentation of our business model for
Okay.
artists from mainstream artists, right? Business
Okay.
model for mainstream artists is quite different from business model for independent artists. So we have those already. Once the video is ready, the document is ready, what we'll start doing is reaching out to the major label companies in Nigeria and rest of Africa. So major
Awesome.
label companies, major fashion brands in Nigeria and rest of Africa.
Have you
So
started reaching out to these labels already, or you
yes,
have?
we have actually we actually already have started listening to them. One is a popular music artist who had also said he would want to have his next project as an NFT. So you might know him, but I won't call him his name
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now
I
at the
know him.
moment. Okay.
So you
Of course,
probably
you
be
don't know in the team.
you'll probably be an announcement in the future.
Yeah, there will definitely be an announcement in the future. So once our video is ready, our document is ready, all we just need to do is send it to them, and then we have an official meeting, Clip and this artist, or Clip and the record label. And once we agree, this is what we'll do and all that stuff, you'll definitely hear the official announcements.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Carla, thank you so much for being on this AMA today, this
Thank you so
monthly
much
review
too.
session. It's really been nice. You have talked about a whole lot of things. These things are actually revolutionary the way I see them. These are things that
Yeah.
could make an impact in the African NFT industry.
Industry.
And the enthusiasm you have, the passion and all, it also motivates me as well to, do more for the Clip team, right?
Yeah.
So
Thank you so
we are
much.
going to try to push Clip to greater heights.
Yeah.
I believe this is just the beginning of a very beautiful journey, right? So
Okay.
many thanks
Also,
for, yeah.
do we have any questions like from the
No, no,
YouTube?
no. I don't have any questions, but basically, do you have anything you want to tell the audience? Like anything you just want to tell them? It could be random, just anything, basically. Some final words.
Okay. Final words. Please. Basically, right. Do research on Clip. Find out. Look at our products. What we're trying to do. Okay, that is very different from what anybody has done before. And look at the market we're reaching out to, Africa. No, no much. No NFC platform is actually building something, to help Africa, basically. So do your research and then also support the project. Support the project by buying flip tokens. Get into the private sale. And like when the IDO is ready, also you can get into it too if you want. And then for future purposes, flip token is a token that you hold because it gives really, really, really um, uh, large access and direct access to owning that for artists to tokenize themselves and for fans to actually own tokens of artists and earn. You know, by being a fan, you can actually earn. Imagine you like a young artist coming up now and you support them by buying their tokens, their NFT. And when they, get better, when they increase in value, as their art increases in value, that's your show of fan loyalty increases. and gives you, something more. So I'm really grateful for that. So those are my last words. Please buy into our privacy. That's one of the ways to show
Awesome.
support.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much
Okay.
once again, Carla, for coming for this interview. I really enjoyed it myself, and
Okay.
I do hope and most certainly sure that the audience also enjoyed the AMA as well. So
All right.
you guys heard from Carla, the CEO and founder of Qlip, right? So thanks for also coming for this interview. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the Qlip YouTube channel, and don't forget to like
Channel.
and share this video to increase visibility for Qlip, because we are building something great and we want everyone to be a part of this. So thanks, guys. We are going to be
Thank
zooming
you.
off now till next month.
All right. Thank you so much.